So on 7th of December, early morning, they took this flight from Delhi to Phuket. At Phuket, they were arrested, taken into custody from Hotel Indigo. So the connection of Indigo continues to remain with the Luthras. Took the Indigo flight to leave India, landed at Hotel Indigo there in the Patong area, and then they were subsequently detained from there, brought to Bangkok. At the Immigration Bureau, Phuket is where they spent one night. The Indian officials identified them, their passport identification was taken, and then to the Immigration Bureau Subdivision 1 Investigation Wing in Bangkok is where they were housed over the weekend. The detailed court proceedings, the orders were obtained by the Thai authorities. The emergency certificate was presented by the Indian officials. The legal team was allowed to also meet the Luthras, and now the visuals that we are putting out, they've been deported after Bangkok's immigration authorities stamped their passport, stamped their emergency certificate. Any moment now, that deportation process will be completed with the flight taking off. Anvit, anything that you see at the Delhi airport, any special security bandobast? Yes, there's still about 3 hours to go or more before they land. But anything that suggests that Indian authorities or the Goa police already inside?
Not visually, Arunima, because we are at the arrival terminal and they'll be coming in from arrival terminal. So the police that would be there. In fact, airport there's CISF already there. CISF has been conveyed that these people will be arriving that time, and CISF will certainly, when this flight lands at the Delhi airport on the air side, a CISF team will be there to escort and assist the teams that are bringing them back, and CISF team will go on to the tarmac and make sure that the landing is smooth, the taking or the deboarding from the plane is smooth, and the passengers, when the passengers disembark, these Luthra brothers will be probably the first to be taken out, and then CSF team will escort them to the detention area inside the airport, and there they'll be kept for a while. Now, Goa police teams, we are being told, will reach, will
Swapnil
arrive.
Kothari, legal expert, is with us on the broadcast. Mr. Kothari, the process of deportation, not the first one that India is seeing. This year itself, we have seen Anmol Bishnoi, we have also seen Tawahur Rana. But the Luthra's deportation, can you just take us through the legal process that happens from here on? Mr. Kothari, can you hear me? This is Arunima.
Yeah, hi Arunima, tell me.
So just wanting to understand from you the process from here on. We know Goa police is going to serve the arrest memo once they land here and then seek transit remand. But how soon can Goa police begin their interrogation?
Well, I think within a couple of days they should immediately start that, and the remand. The memo has been given, and they should take them into custody and start the proceedings and try to interrogate and try to find out what caused the fire. Because if they were owners and they scampered away to a different country, that itself tells me that they are somewhere guilty about what they did or what they did not do, which they were supposed to do. So from whatever I have read in the newspaper reports, that this kind of permissions were not even sought in the proper manner. So I believe that there are not only this particular club, but there are several other clubs in Goa as a union territory where the permissions are given haphazardly and without any adequate precautions. So the way that fire was caused and the way that many people were killed, and quite a few possibly ran away for their life and saved themselves. But that is something which the police authorities, not only that, the police will do their job about apprehending the convicts and trying to put them into trial. But what needs to be done further, Arunima, is the fact that this sort of a situation is never repeated. So the authorities which gave the permissions when they were not supposed to do so, or if they were supposed to do so with adequate precautions, they need to be hauled up first. This is post-event, post-mortem. What about prevention? This is just a cure, and not even a cure. I wouldn't even call it a cure, because you're not going to get the lives back of the people who've lost.
But would you say, Mr. Kothari, that their act of running away, to Thailand, whatever defense they might give saying we went for work purpose, but this will aggravate their circumstance? Ordinarily, defense could have argued that this was a plain case of death by negligence, but that act of fleeing has just made things more difficult for the Luthras?
Oh, absolutely. Why do you run away from the scene of crime? Let's put it that way. I'm just using a typical legal language, that you ran away from the scene of crime, according to me. So the point is that if you do not want to face the law, that means somewhere you have violated it. So that is going to go work against you. Then whatever the sections are pinned down upon you as per the BNS, that's a separate issue. Whether it's death by negligence, whether it's culpable homicide not amounting to murder, or even going to the extent of murder, depending upon the kind of negligence that you do. That it's very simple, Arunima, that if you tell me that, or rather if I tell you that I'm going to drive my car at 80 kilometers per hour in a crowded Khan market, I'll be held liable for murder, because any common sense person would tell me that, look, if you drive at that speed, you're going to kill people. So if somebody told them that, look, if you do not seek these permissions, or if you seek these permissions in this manner, or if you do not put these precautions, there is likelihood of fire being caught and people dying, then they would be held liable for murder if they just chose to ignore it. I wouldn't even call it culpable homicide. I would call it straight murder. So they're going to face some, wrath from the law unless the prosecution is compromised through bribes or otherwise, which happens in most cases like this.
We also have
Mr.
Mr. Kothari, we'll just come back to you in a bit. Mr. Vikram Singh is also now joining us live on CNN News 18. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, even as the news comes in of the Luthras boarding that flight to Delhi. Mr. Singh, there has also been this talk about there being other accomplices, because this is a part of investigation, and the Goa Chief Minister has made it very, very clear that the probe is going to be expansive and complete. Was there possibility of a tip-off? Was there an insider info which was given out to the two brothers so that they managed to escape to Phuket even as the nightclub was burning? How easy is the law going to be to catch up with them? And shouldn't they also be held equally accountable?
They are fully accountable. There is no doubt in my mind. And they are fully accountable, and they are willing accessories to the crime. But to your first question and the first part, that there are others who should be held responsible also. They were the perpetrators, but they were those who executed the larger conspiracy. And now that after the yellow corner notice, the execution process over, they should be here, hopefully in Delhi, taken to the Patiala House Court by the Delhi Special Branch and the Goa Police, take a transit remand. But your larger question is that there has to be a larger complicity, and I will not stop at their employees and their other partners like Gupta. There would be government servants and government officials in the fire service department and others who gave them the permissions without due diligence and checking at inspections. And they did not follow it up on the earlier questions that there were an objection in December 2024. Why were those not implemented and carried out in respect of Kerala? So the investigation must not just stop at the Luthra brothers, Gupta and others within this hall of shame, but also the government officers and employees of other departments. Primarily the fire service, the magistracy, others should be held accountable for giving this inferno in Goa and killing 26 innocent lives. Therefore, I would say the investigation is going to be corroborated. They have been brought custodial interrogation, lie detector test and polygraph test, and then follow up also and other financial details. And to their tip-off, no tip-off. You have CCTVs and you have alerts, and there are those who are at beck and call, who give a minute-to-minute by running commentary, the number of customers there, the sales, etc. I think it is on an hourly basis that the owners are informed about the sales, etc.
Mr. Singh, just an update for you and for all our viewers who are joining us. The aircraft, the Indigo aircraft, about to take off at 10:55 Bangkok time, is just beginning to taxi. The announcements have been made by the crew there inside the aircraft. The Luthras are seated in the last row of that Indigo aircraft. Three officials from our central agencies are escorting them. They will land here India time about 1:55, expected to be taken into custody immediately by Goa Police. There's a separate area marked for deputies just before you reach immigration at Delhi's T3 airport. That is the place where the Goa Police will serve the arrest memo and take them into custody before producing them for transit remand at the Patiala House Court complex. And then once the transit remand is obtained, onwards to Panjim before interrogation begins. But Mr. Singh, like I was asking Swapnil Kothari as well, the legal expert, ordinarily this case could have taken a completely different turn had the Luthras not fled. Their act of fleeing to Bangkok, first to Phuket and then subsequently being taken into custody and brought to Bangkok. How much as a police officer, would Goa Police impress on this fact when they're trying to show that they are guilty? It was not just a case of negligence, but willfully endangering the lives of their patrons and their employees.
Please understand very, very carefully, fleeing away from the scene of crime, whether you are a driver of an automobile or you are owner of an eatery, is almost like admitting your guilt, and also you are a fugitive of justice. The Goa police would have done much better by announcing a reward of 10 lakhs each on them and declared them as proclaimed offenders. Why they did not, which is a procedural requirement, was also a necessity. And to say that you plea after killing 26 people, there is no sympathy either in the court of law or with the investigators, and therefore, once you plea from justice, you burn all the bridges of your own defense, because nobody in the world on the planet is going to excuse you. American law says that you are a fugitive of justice. We do not have such a clause, but the fact of the matter is that this is a conduct that will have to be examined, evaluated, and discussed during the course of investigation. What were your compulsions that even before the fire was put out, you managed to get away and, in fact, fled away from the scene of crime?
Right.
And Mr. Kothari, since you are still with us, I'm just going to go back to a recap because I'm sure the viewers are joining in. This is the big story which is breaking right over here on CNN News. Okay, we don't have Mr. Kothari, but we do have Ananya, who also covers the courts for us. Ananya, the point which we've been asking both our guests this morning, the sections which are going to make it very, very difficult, and life is going to be very difficult, hopefully, for the Luthras. The fact that they ran away, the fact that they abandoned their staff, their nightclub, and that excuse that they made that we were going on a work trip, but the timing of the booking of the flight somehow is not in sync with these claims of them. Legally speaking, how difficult is life going to be for them?
Well, absolutely, it would be very, very difficult for the Luthra brothers, because already there is a court finding as far as their anticipatory bail is concerned, which completely goes on to suggest that, their conduct is something that is not right. The charges against them are grave and serious in nature, and hence, the law would be taking a strong note of the kind of conduct that these two brothers have actually shown by running away to Thailand, though claiming it to be a work trip. But the booking of the tickets, the timing of their leaving the country is something, that comes to be against them, and that is something, that would be looked into by the judges when they consider the transit remand in the national capital, and also when they would be produced before the Goa court, when the Goa police would actually would be successful in taking a transit remand of these two accused persons, who are one of the people who are said to be responsible for this particular fire, because it is their negligence. Their licenses were expired, they had no prerequisite documents. All of that would come into account as far as this tragedy is concerned, and then they would be produced before a Goa court. Now, what would happen is that as soon as these two brothers land in Delhi, the authorities would actually take them for a medical checkup. Next, they will be taken to, in fact, the Delhi's Patiala House, most likely, because the international airport of the New Delhi is actually under the Patiala House Court, and it is the Patiala House Court where these two brothers would actually be brought, where a transit remand would be sought. The Goa police would make a formal arrest of these two persons, because at this point the nodal agency CBI is coordinating, because it's a deputation process that is happening, and as soon as all of that completes, a transit remand would be sought from the Patiala House Court, and if that is granted by the Patiala House Court, then in fact the Goa police would actually take these two brothers to Goa, where the real prosecution of this particular case would actually begin, where they will be produced before, in fact, a Goa court, and the charges against them would be told to the court. It would be the Goa police's discretion whether they want to question them or they want to send them to judicial custody. But definitely, their conduct is something, that would make it very, very difficult for them to get any kind of relief as far as things are concerned.
Right. All my colleagues are keeping an eye on that story. The Luthra is expected to land here in India 1:55. What we can tell our viewers is the latest update as far as the Bangkok situation is concerned. The Indigo flight 6E104 from Bangkok to Delhi is just taking off as we are speaking. So the deportation process is complete now. The flight is on way carrying the Luthras with them. Simran is there in Goa, where the Luthras will be taken next for questioning once their transit remand is obtained here from the magistrate court in Delhi. Simran, at the Goa airport or at the Goa police headquarters, what is the indication that you are seeing? Would they want to start interrogation immediately overnight? Is that the expectation, that they're going to take custody overnight itself? or will they be presented in a magistrate court in Goa tomorrow morning and then the interrogation begins?
Well, absolutely. At this very time, it is in fact difficult to establish what really Goa police is going to plan after they are brought back to Goa. As of now, their return is expected by late night, as you also in fact have confirmed. But it is unlikely, given the conversations through which we have understood that the custody would be taken overnight. But most likely they will be presented in the court tomorrow, and then interrogation while in the custody will begin. While we speak of what happens tomorrow with the Goa police attaining the custody and also starting the probe and the questioning, very tough questioning that they have prepared with the Luthra brothers, it is also important to note that the police right now also has been taking checks and thorough security protocols to be put up in place across many nightclubs, as we have been also in Goa, also following and tracking how exactly the police is maintaining a very close check. Following this incident, it seems to have been raised a very suspicious alarm and given a very huge wake-up call for the authorities at large in Goa, given that question that has been now put up before the administration and the authorities who have been directly or indirectly promoting these private establishments that have been coming up from the across the nation and setting up their establishments by a corruption nexus also, and through the channels of routing the money as well. So the police also is under immense pressure right now when we speak in Goa. Till the Luthra brothers are brought back, it is also difficult to understand what really is going to be taken as the next step by the Goa police. They are keeping mum and being very silent about these details about this case, as far as the political and the pressure on the next steps by the administration and police in law is concerned. While this is in fact the police side of the probe that is underway, the magisterial inquiry, the probe that also was ordered following this incident, has also been granted another week of extension. By this extension, they are also now going to take some more time to prepare a detailed report. But the findings of the magisterial report and the inquiry that may come out is going to also have some glaring revelations, as it is now in the public view. It is for everyone to understand and learn from this fact that in Goa, while this entire establishment was illegally constructed and also was following no norms that were present for the longest time, who really gets named in that magisterial inquiry? Because these were only just not these Luthra brothers. Here the nexus was being operated and was in fact pushed inside through different routes of money laundering as well, that you also in fact highlighted as in the comments. While we understand in Goa there are many such nightclubs are operating in such a way. So the government is also tightening a grip on the implementation of all of these norms presently. While the implementation is concerned, the reinforcement of these guidelines is also getting stricter. Back to you, Arunima.
Right. All right. Okay, Simran, thank you so much. So all our colleagues have spread out. Anvit is there at the Delhi airport. Simran is in Goa. Ananya keeping a tab on what's happening at the Patiala House Court. And we'll continue to come back to you with more details on that story.